This video is meant to show you how to create your project using WeVideo. So the first thing that you're going to do is you are going to go to ClassLink and open up WeVideo, and you are going to click on Create. This video is going to show you several different things. I will explain how the different layers work. I'll show you how to add stock images or videos, how to add Google images, how to add your own artwork, how to add text, how to add narration, as well as how to clip your project. I'll explain how to do transitions, the Ken Burn effect, as well as music. So this will be a bit of a longer video, but we are going to upload this to YouTube and bookmark the different chapters so you can really kind of zero in on the help that you need. So the first thing I want to make sure you understand is how our timeline works, as well as how the layering works. So think of this timeline as sheets of paper that you are stacking on top of each other. So if I put in an image here, and then I want to add text, I want to make sure the text is on top of the image in my timeline. Watch what happens when I put the picture on top of the words. I no longer see the text. So always think of whatever is here on the bottom is your bottom layer. The other thing I want to point out is when you start your project, you have 3 layers. You have audio, video, and text. You can add additional layers. So for instance, I added this one. Let me delete it real quick here. So you start with these 3 layers. Let's say I wanted to put some clip art on top of here. All I would have to do is say add track and let it know if I want it to be audio or video or text. I'm going to say video or text, and now I can also move this wherever I want it to be. Okay, so just be aware of the different layers. The next thing I want to show you how to do is how to add stock images. So these would be images that are already in WeVideo. So I can come in and click on images, or maybe I want backgrounds. I'm going to click on images and I can actually search. So for my example, although you're writing your own content, I am using my favorite poem by Robert Frost. And so my poem begins, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. So I want to find a picture of a woods. And I think I'm going to grab this one. So what I can do is grab it and pull it down onto my video or image layer. And if I want it to be on my screen longer, I simply drag it out. Okay, so I can drag it in and drag it out. I've got my timeline here. Okay, so that's how I can add a stock image. Now, what if you want to add a Google image? Maybe you couldn't find the perfect picture in WeVideo. Well, you want to make sure that you're using something with the proper usage rights. So I'm going to open a new tab here, and I'm going to type woods with path. I'm going to click on images, and then I'm going to click on tools and go to usage rights. And I want to make sure that I click on Creative Commons licenses. These are images that we can legally use for our project. And oh, I really like this one because it happens to have 2 paths on it. So I am going to save that and give it a name. I'm just going to call it Image 1. Then I can come back to my project and go to Uploads, Add Media, Upload, find where I've saved my image, and there it is. So I'm going to get rid of this one. To get rid of it, I just click on it and hit my delete button. Very important in case you were to delete something you didn't want to. Undo. I always say undo is a super important button. Okay, but I do want to delete that. And instead, I'm going to pull down this image. And again, I can make it longer just by dragging on it. If you want to upload your own images, perhaps you use a drawing program or you draw pictures on a piece of paper and you'd like to use those for this project, all you have to do then is if it's something that you create digitally, just save it and upload it. If it's something that you've drawn by hand, take a picture of it, email it to yourself, get it onto your Chromebook, and then you can upload it that way as well. The next thing I'm going to show you is how you can add text, because you of course want to have your poem typed up on your pages. So I am going to add text. Now I do have a text layer here, and I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to pull this down to my text layer. And I can come in here and type and I can change the font. I'm going to drag this out a little bit. I can change the font size. I can make it bold. I can do all of the different editing that I would want to do, but I'm happy with this, so I'm going to say done. The next thing I'm going to do is show you how to add narration to this. So up here in my project bin, again, I'm going to click on Add Media, but I'm going to click on this little caret or down arrow, and I'm going to narrate, okay, because that will just capture my voice. So I'm going to click on Narrate. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. So I've hit stop, and what I can do is I can play it. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. If I like it, I just hit save. If I don't, I can hit record again. I'm going to save this. And I can see it's still processing because of the moving blue line. Once that's done, I'm going to drag it down to my audio layer. Now, to hit play, I'm going to hit the play button here. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Now, a couple of things here. My image here is way longer than I needed it to be, so I can certainly drag it over. But the other thing I can do is I can move my marker just like that, and then I can split. By clicking on those little scissors, it splits it. So now I can click on this and just hit my backspace. I can do the same thing on my words. Split. I'm just going to get rid of that second half. So now when I hit play, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Now I can grab another picture . Add it there. Add my text. Again, I can adjust how I want that. Hit done. And then So now I can record my second voiceover. And sorry I could not travel both. All right, and you'll notice it put it down here in my voiceover too. I'm actually going to move that so it comes after. And I can move my marker. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry I could not travel both. All right, and then I can tell that I need to shorten the words to fit on my picture and match my narration. So I'm going to leave my marker there and click on split and get rid of that extra piece. So once you have all of your poem in your text line, you've got all of your images or video in this middle track. You've got your voiceovers underneath. If you want, you could also add in some music, and that's where your audio would come in. So let's come in here to audio. And I'm going to look for something that's calming. Do not like that. Okay, this is the one that I like. So all I have to do is grab it and drag it down to this audio. Now watch what happens when I play a preview. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry I could not travel both. I'm sure you can hear right away that there's an issue with the music almost drowning out my narration. So what I can do is I can actually adjust the volume on the audio, and let's play it again and see if this works a little bit better. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry I could not travel both. I don't like how quiet my voice is in that second clip, so I'm going to come over here and make that a little bit louder. I'm going to actually turn the music down even more. And this is where you're, what I call, very technical term, you're going to futz with it until you get it just right. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry I could not travel both. So now I think that one's a little too loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Okay, so that's where you can play around with adjusting volume on audio as well as your voiceover. And of course, the music is definitely optional, not something that you have to do. The other thing I want to show you is how to add transitions. So this is the movement between your different slides. So I'm going to click on transitions here. And these are all of the different effects that I can actually drag down right onto my timeline. So I'm going to choose this one. And I just want to, do you see how I put it right in between my 2 clips? I can hit play. Diverged in a yellow wood. And did you see that little swipe? So those are different transitions. I really, really encourage you, once you choose a transition, stick with the same one throughout your entire poem through your entire narration, unless there is maybe some sort of a change that you want to indicate with a change in transition. But I would remain consistent. The next thing I want to show you is what's called the Ken Burns effect. And that's when you take a still image and you add motion to it so it looks kind of like a video. It just adds a little depth or dimension to what you're creating. So in a lot of video editing programs, it's called the Ken Burns effect. WeVideo doesn't call it that. But it can still do it. So I double click on the image in my timeline, and then I click on animation, and I tell it where I want my start position to be. And then where I want my end position to be. So maybe I want it to really zoom in on that road. Okay, so I can hit play. And sorry, I could not travel both. So do you see how now it actually looks like I'm walking down the road, even though it's still just a still image? So again, how I did that, I double clicked on the clip in my timeline, and then I clicked on animation. I tell it where I want my start position to be. I wanted it just exactly where it was, but I could slide this, and then my end position. When I'm done, I hit done, and now 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. Okay, so now I've added the Ken Burns effect. I've added some music in there, which is of course optional. I've got all of my tracks. Once I'm all finished, the last thing I will do is export it. Give it a better title than my project. I'm going to call mine junk so that I know that I can delete this later. And then you can send it to your Google Drive, which is what I would recommend you do, and say export. If you've never connected WeVideo with your Google Drive, it will prompt you to do that. Once you're done processing here, you just want to leave your computer and let it do its thing. This will let you know when it's finished. If you have any questions, Mrs. DeVries and I will be hanging out in the pods or in the hallways to answer any questions that you may have.